I'm happy to share our experience with Dr. RJ and his program. It's been a really great experience for our family. I was in a really desperate situation. I felt my son, Weston, is 12 years old, and we had just, we've spent the last 3 years with his younger sister going through cancer treatments, and a lot of like me being out of the home and being in the hospital with her and having a new baby. Um, he's a quiet kid, and during that time, he just lost a lot of sense of himself and his confidence, and a lot of fears arose. And we had spent a year, the last year, living away from our hometown. We were in Hawaii for the year because my daughter had walked away from treatment and is doing well now. And we came home back to our hometown in Park City, Utah, and he was going to start a new school and be meeting all new people. And he was terrified, like paralyzed, terrified, to use his voice, he was terrified of the pressure he felt to fit in, to get good grades, to just be something here. He was just, fear had paralyzed him to where he wasn't sleeping. He was refusing to go to school. And I just thought, I've got to give this kid some tools. And I have a background of emotional wellness and therapy, and like I'm using every tool and trick I had, but I was his mom. I was the wrong voice. And so I was desperate to find someone that could connect with him, that was skilled at tapping into a child from a non-therapy view, because he's done different therapies, and I didn't want him to feel broken. I didn't want him to see it as a project that he had to do. I wanted him to, he does really well. And this is why I chose Dr. RJ. He does really well when someone, a mentor, someone older, just invests in him and believes in him and sees his potential. If someone sees the potential in him other than me as mom, he just grows. And I remember a desperate morning, just praying, trying to figure out, what do I do with this kid? And I opened my phone, and Dr. RJ's like feed on Facebook or something popped up. And I was like, what is this? Teen life coaching? Yes. And so I listened to it. I listened to a few of his podcasts, got a feel for his vibe. And I was like, I think this is the right guy. I think he could really get through to my Weston. And so I got on a call to learn more about it. I signed up for a call and loved everything I heard. It felt like a great fit. So we bought the year of coaching and got him started immediately because school was starting. And I was like, I've got to actually get him to go to school. And from the very beginning, they had him setting goals, and it was all focused around building confidence. And that was the key thing to him. If he could have the confidence, he could use his voice. If he had confidence, he could, overcome the pressures he was feeling and be motivated to try in school and to make friends. And all these things were his fears of, I won't know anybody. I can't talk to the teacher. It was just these things that were holding him back. And we got him going in it. And immediately, I think within the first couple of weeks, I saw huge shifts in him where he was, he set little goals, like I'm going to raise my hand at least one time in every class, or I'm going to speak to at least 3 people at lunch today and see if I can make a friend. It was hard in the beginning because just to even get himself to use his voice, but he had these goals that he was setting going through the program, and these little accomplishments to where he was setting goals at the trampoline park after school. Like, I'm going to learn to do a backflip. We went to like a family, like town parade thing over Labor Day. And he was talking to everyone, like selling things up the street. I mean, I'm like, who is this kid? Like, he was coming out of his shell, coming home reporting that he made new friends. He'd learned new tricks at the trampoline park. He was getting grades that were way better than he's had in the past. And now he's setting new goals to have straight A's. And it really helps having the coach to call, like when he's not feeling motivated. He can call in and talk to a coach that can help him, give him like weekly challenges to get him motivated again, or just building upon his goals that he's got. And that's where he's at. So I couldn't be happier with the outcome. He even told me that he just said, Mom, I feel so much more confident going into class. Like I can talk to adults where he couldn't talk to an adult before. He's like, he hangs out with the older grade of kids. He just finds friends in the older grade easier. And he's he went and taught a class in our community, and he just like had no problem sharing his message. I see just it rolling over into so many areas that aren't his specific goal is what I'm trying to express, that it's affecting every area of his life, and using his voice more. And really, I think he feels empowered to go for his dreams and what he wants, and to voice anything that he feels inside.
That is wonderful. I loved hearing the story. Way to go, Weston. Good job.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to share with us?
Um, let's see. It's just been such a positive experience. There's also the weekly calls with Dr. RJ on Sundays that he gets on. Those have been great. Just hearing, we also listen to on the way to school, we'll listen to one of Dr. RJ's previous podcasts or teen coaching that they record. And so we listen to those on the way to school, and we'll talk about what are your goals for the week. So we've been able to use tools that are available in our own way, that have just been previously recorded sessions that we can then use to keep him going throughout the week. That helps because those weekly calls are great. But just having it kind of filtered in throughout the week really helps. Yeah, it's been great. There's multiple tools that you can use in your own way and just kind of adapt them to your child and whatever they need. And I felt like it was so great when he had a bit of a plateau. I mentioned that, and immediately there was action taken to where he got like a coach one-on-one, and dove into that. So that helped. It's just we send in the parent, every couple of weeks where we send in a progress report. And this week's challenges, they give us grades. The kids actually grade their parents on how they're doing as parents, because there's the parent coaching classes that we've been doing. And it's really insightful. I remember one day asking Weston, like, hey, what would you grade me? Because we heard that in a previous podcast from Dr. RJ, and he's like, I'd give you a C. I was like, oh man. I was like, well, how can I improve my grade? And it was really insightful. He said, I would like a date where we go to lunch, and I want you to play basketball with me. And I was like, okay. And it was random, like that he just wanted some one-on-one time of us being playful, playing basketball, and having something to eat together. And I didn't even know that, had I not thought to get a grade from him. So building that relationship has been really powerful as well. So I've seen it's affecting the whole family, not just his grades or his life at school. He's voicing his needs that he wants in the family as well.